Did Africans reach America before Columbus? The map says it never happened. The textbooks are certain. The history books repeat the same story. In 1492, Christopher Columbus crossed the Atlantic and connected two worlds that had been separated for thousands of years. Case closed. Except, scattered across the Americas are clues that refuse to stay silent. Ancient carvings, strange accounts, forgotten voyages, and evidence that seems to whisper a dangerous possibility. What if someone arrived first? What if centuries before Columbus raised his sails, African sailors were already crossing the Atlantic Ocean? And if that happened, why does almost nobody talk about it? Because the deeper this mystery goes, the stranger history becomes. For generations, the accepted story has been simple. Europe discovered the Americas. Everything before that is darkness. Everything after that is history. But history has a habit of hiding things in plain sight. Long before European empires dominated the seas, powerful African kingdoms flourished along the western coast of Africa. These were not isolated tribes cut off from the world. They were wealthy, sophisticated, connected. They traded across deserts, built cities of stone, and according to some accounts, one African emperor may have launched a voyage into the unknown Atlantic nearly 200 years before Columbus was born. The emperor's name was Mansa Abubakar II, and his story raises a question that historians still argue about today. Did he simply vanish into the ocean? Or did he find something on the other side? The official answer is uncertainty. But uncertainty is where mysteries begin. Because strange clues started appearing in places they shouldn't, and the first discovery would leave researchers asking uncomfortable questions. Deep in the Americas, explorers documented reports of indigenous peoples describing encounters with dark-skinned visitors long before Europeans arrived. Some early chroniclers recorded stories of foreign traders arriving from across the Eastern Ocean. Stories dismissed by many, ignored by others, but impossible to completely erase. Then came the reports of unusual spearheads and metal artifacts that some researchers believed resembled African designs. The evidence was controversial, the conclusions even more so. Yet the question remained, why did these similarities exist at all? Most historians offered alternative explanations. Coincidence, misidentification, wishful thinking, perhaps. But this was only the beginning. Then came the discovery nobody could explain. In the dense jungles and ancient ruins of the Americas, certain carvings appeared to depict faces with features that some observers argued looked distinctly African. Broad noses, full lips, powerful expressions carved in stone centuries before European contact. The most famous examples became a source of endless debate. Critics argued that human faces naturally share similar features across cultures. Supporters saw something far more significant, a memory preserved in stone, a record of visitors who were never supposed to be remembered. The arguments grew louder, the evidence grew murkier, and the mystery only deepened, because another clue was waiting across the ocean: ocean currents, invisible highways moving through the Atlantic. Today, scientists know that powerful currents flow directly from the western coast of Africa toward the Americas. A vessel caught in these currents could travel thousands of miles, not easily, not safely, but undeniably possible. And possibility is dangerous to established stories, especially when ancient accounts begin to align with geography. Suddenly, the idea seemed less impossible, not proven, but no longer impossible. Then came another revelation: the Mali Empire, one of the richest empires in human history. An empire so wealthy that its rulers altered economies wherever they traveled. An empire with resources, manpower, and maritime ambition. According to historical ideas preserved by later chroniclers, Mansa Abubakar II supposedly launched a fleet into the Atlantic. Not one ship, hundreds. The first fleet never returned. Most rulers would stop there. He did not. Instead, he assembled another expedition and personally sailed westward, then vanished. Forever. No survivors, no confirmation, no explanation, just silence. A silence stretching across 7 centuries. What happened to that fleet? Did it sink beneath the waves? Or did it reach shores nobody expected? No one knows. And that uncertainty has fueled speculation ever since. But perhaps the most disturbing part of this mystery isn't the evidence itself. It's what happened afterward. History is rarely written by witnesses. It is written by survivors, conquerors, empires, and those who decide which stories deserve to live. When colonial powers expanded across Africa and the Americas, countless records disappeared, libraries burned, oral traditions were dismissed, local histories were rewritten, entire civilizations were reduced to footnotes. The destruction was enormous. The consequences are still with us. How many documents vanished forever? How many accounts were never recorded? How many discoveries were explained away because they challenged accepted narratives? We may never know. And that uncertainty creates a shadow over everything, because once evidence is lost, absence itself becomes part of the mystery. Maybe there is no hidden story. Maybe every strange artifact has an ordinary explanation. Maybe every coincidence is exactly that, a coincidence. But what if it isn't? What if fragments of a forgotten chapter still survive, scattered across 2 continents and separated by an ocean? What if traces of an ancient crossing remain hidden beneath layers of certainty? And what if history isn't wrong, only incomplete? Tonight, the Atlantic remains silent. Its waves conceal shipwrecks, secrets, and centuries of unanswered questions. Somewhere beneath those waters may lie evidence that could change everything, or evidence that proves nothing at all. Until then, the mystery remains. Did Africans reach America before Columbus? A forgotten voyage? Or a legend that refuses to die? The answer may still be waiting, hidden between what history remembers and what it chose to forget. If you enjoy investigations into lost civilizations, forbidden discoveries, and mysteries buried beneath official history, subscribe and join us for the next expedition into the unknown. And tell us in the comments, lost chapter of human history or misunderstood evidence? Which side are you on?